Good morning, everyone. I'll be presenting a paper on the comparative study between direct chop and stop in phacoemulsification surgery of heart cataract. So, coming to the introduction, visual impairment has emerged as a potential disability, and the contribution of cataract to it is huge. And the cataract surgery has undergone significant evolution, and the emergence of phacoemulsification is a major milestone. The pivotal element when you determine the success of a phacoemulsification would be the firmness of the brunescence of the lens, and heart cataract will represent advanced stage of maturity and quite challenging for the surgeon. So, various nucleotomy techniques have been described, and this study has been formulated to evaluate the safety and efficacy of two surgical techniques, which are the direct chop and stop and chop in phacoemulsification of grade 3 to 4 nuclear sclerosis. It was a hospital-based prospective randomized control study and was conducted over a period of 1 year. And all the patients were diagnosed with grade 3 to 4 nuclear sclerosis, and wheeling for phacoemulsification with PCOL implantation was included in the study. A sample size of 96 was taken, and it was the patients were grouped into group A with those undergoing direct chop and group B with those underwent stop and chop technique. The clearance and informed consent taken. And the patients with any corneal disease, glaucoma, pseudoexfoliation, previous history of trauma, surgery were excluded from the study. A comprehensive ophthalmic examination was performed, and grading of the nuclear sclerosis as well as the preoperative best visual acuity were noted. Then the patient underwent the procedure by a single surgeon, and during the surgery, the intraoperative phaco parameters like the mean effective phaco time, cumulative dissipator energy, and the amount of aspiration fluid used, as well as any complications were noted. Postoperative assessment was done in day 1 week, and 4 weeks postoperatively. Coming to the results, most of the patients who underwent the surgery had a vision less than C of 1 meter, and most of the cases were having a nuclear grading of grade 3. And in this study, the mean effective phaco time in the direct chop group was 7.36 plus or minus 3.43 seconds. And in the group B, it was 8.67 plus or minus 5.52. However, there was no statistically significant difference between the two groups. Similar was the case of the cumulative dissipator energy, where the energy was found to be 8.61 plus or minus 2.87% in the group A, that is the direct chop, and it was 8.84 plus or minus 3.89 in the group B, that is the stop and choke group. However, there was no statistical significant difference. And when we assess the patient post-operatively, by 1 week, 68% of the people in the direct chop and 83% in the group B, that is the stop and chop, had a visual acuity ranging from 6 by 12 to 6 by 6, and they improved to almost 97.92% of the patient having a visual acuity ranging from 6 by 6 to 6 by 12 at the end of 4 weeks. Only one patient was a case of diabetic which was not picked up early, and another patient had persistent corneal edema. Coming to the discussion, and in the study by SAO, it was seen that most of the cases with heart cataract had a preoperative vision of less than 660, which was similar in our study. A study by Watchpay as well as ISET showed that the effective echo time to be higher in the stop and chop group as compared to the direct chop group. So greater effective echo time means longer duration of ultrasound energy transfer, so more detrimental effect on the corneal endothelium. And study by Watchpay and Park et al. Had shown that the phaco power to be again higher in the stop and chop group, which was similar to our study. However, there was no statistically significant difference which was noted. And none of the patients encountered any serious intraoperative or postoperative complications in these 96 cases. And the limitation, however, of the study was the unavailability of a specular microscope and not being able to do a preoperative and postoperative pachymetry. So to conclude with, the finding from this study concluded that no significant difference was seen between the direct chop and stop and chop when you compare the intraoperative and postoperative parameters. So both are found to be equally efficacious. However, there are a number of studies which offers various innovative nuclear management techniques for heart cataract, and each advocate a different technique. So eventually, the individual surgeon must choose his or her own approach for phacoemulsification as far as a heart cataract is concerned. These are my references.